It's not your boss, it's not the company, it's just you. You are the CEO of your career. You are your best marketing machine.
Well, with us live in studio, we have none other than Sylvie Di Giusto, executive image consultant, speaker, and author. Let's jump in. Can you explain for our audience, what is an image consultant?
Well, probably I'm going to start very unexpected. I'm going to tell you what it's not.
Okay.
An image consultant is not a wardrobe consultant.
Okay.
An image consultant is not a color consultant. An image consultant is not a fashion stylist. Usually we get mixed up with those people. But the difference is a wardrobe consultant comes into your wardrobe and very much focuses on the things you wear on your wardrobe and will, just work out best things for you or tell you what you have to get rid of. Mm-hmm. A color consultant can tell you that pink is an awesome color for you and just matches your skin and your hair color. Okay. And a fashion stylist knows the newest trends. Those are all components that are important for us as an image consultant, but an image consultant looks on the outside but also on the inside. So what we help, or what an image consultant does, is we help people to show on the outside what you have to offer on the inside. Amazing. Are you somebody who wants to be perceived as very powerful, as very creative, as trustworthy, as innovative, as approachable? We all have different goals, and an image consultant can help you to translate that goal into, for example, your appearance. But it's just one component of many.
Now we're going to jump into something that you talk about in your presentations, and this is a business show, a marketing show. You talk about in your presentations the first 7 seconds about when you meet someone. Mm-hmm. There are many people today that have finally gotten it and realized that what you're about to talk about is so true. Some people still have their head in the sand and then think that they could make an impression over time. Of course, the needle moves around. We understand that. But you talk about this, and I one of the reasons we want an interview is even to talk about these most impressionable moments, these mm-hmm. initial 7 seconds. Mm-hmm. Could you talk about it and how to make them count?
Mm-hmm. So there are a few facts I would like to share with you, and those are really facts. So those are not numbers that I come up with. There are studies in behind, there is science in behind. But first fact, for example, is we judge each other. Like it or not, we do it. We see each other, we meet each other, and somehow we imprint something in our brain, a specific opinion we have about each other. And that's something you don't do that on purpose, or you don't do it not on purpose. We just do it. We are human beings. It happens every single day. We know, or science says, that it happens around 3,000 times every day. You have around 3,000 contact points in person, online, on the phone, wherever, and we judge each other every single time. And it really doesn't matter if it happens in 7 seconds or 3 seconds. Fact is, it happens. And the problem afterwards is confirmation bias will work against you because our brain wants to be right. We look for proof. We ignore everything else because we look for confirmation about our initial thought.
I've heard you say it's better to craft the way others are going to perceive you than to sit back and hope it's going to be great. Mm-hmm. Of course, this is all on the same point, but maybe can you elaborate? Mm-hmm.
You are the author of your story. It's not, if you work in a company, human resources, it's not your boss, it's not the company, it's just you. You are the CEO of your career. You are your best marketing machine. You have a product to offer, and you are responsible about the marketing story that you create about yourself.
Amazing.
And the fascinating thing with image is, unfortunately, your image is not what you think it is. Your image is what people think about you behind your back, right. What they say about you behind your back.
And therefore, a person has to be proactive mm-hmm. to manage their personal brand.
Exactly.
How important is it, a person's wardrobe? for a person's clothing and helping them build their image?
Very important, very important. The imprint you make during those first 7 seconds or your image are based on 4 different components, and I call them the A, B, C, D of a professional imprint. Okay. The A stands for appearance, the way you look. Like it or not, we meet each other and the first thing we do is we look at each other. Right. That's why your appearance is so important. It's like a filter you have in front of you. But looking good is not enough. Because in the second step, you are going to behave. B for behavior. It's your body language, how you sit, how you stand, how you walk around. It's your business etiquette skills. Do you shake hands? Do you look into eyes? Mm-hmm. Are you on your phone all the time? So very simple business etiquette skills. But then at one point you're going to say something. I call it the C for communication. And it's about what you say and how you say it. That ABC is nothing I came up with, but I added the D because nowadays I find most often we don't make a first impression anymore in person. In fact, we make it in a digital way.
Right.
You have a digital footprint that starts with emails you send out. How do you greet people in emails? Do you have typos? How many people do you put on the CC list? How much did you take care? Or how much time did you invest to write that important email to a person? It's social media. What am I going to find about you on social media? Many people think that's private. Facebook is private. If there are 2 things that don't belong together, those are the words internet and private. There is no private out there, right? It's what do I find about you on Google. So you leave a digital footprint, and that becomes more and more and more important because usually nowadays it's the first thing we see from a person before we actually see that person.
Wow. Now, when it comes to clothing, do you recommend trendy clothing or a more conservative approach?
It depends. It depends. What I don't recommend is to run after every fashion trend, right? Okay. In fact, what you should do is, first of all, always consider how you would like to represent yourself. Okay. How would you like to dress the product you? You are a product. The second thing is, who are you going to meet? Who is your audience? Who are the participants? Who is there at the networking event you're going to? And then you can make the decision, do you blend in or do I want to stand out? And it depends. So I cannot tell you that there is a one-size-fits-all formula. In fact, it's micromanagement, and it's micromanagement for each of my clients and each occasion.
Amazing. So everyone, you're basically saying, which is every person is unique, every situation is unique, their position in their business is unique, so it's not one size fits all.
No.
Although certain things are, like if a person shows up very sloppy, their shoes aren't shined, there could be no excuse for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, but coming back to trendy clothing, what I also want you to understand, the opposite is also not helpful. So very often I have clients and say, I really have that awesome coat in my wardrobe since 20 years and it's so high quality and it's really amazing, but it's 20 years old. Right? And I said, maybe it's time to let that go because you also want to look up to date. Like somebody who is in our case, 2016, and coats 20 years ago just looked differently, and it says something about you, right?
So is that why God created eBay?
Yeah.
Let's talk about smiling. Okay. How much is affected by a person's smile? How often should someone smile? Let's talk about that.
Well, your smile is very important. Your teeth are very important because that just comes together. If you smile, I'm going to see your teeth. But besides that, in general, we want to hang out with positive people, right? We don't want to hang out with negative people. So a smile is always better than a not smiling person. But the question is not so much how much should you smile. The question is when should you smile? When is it appropriate to smile? Very often we make the mistake. Rumors say women especially are very guilty of that we just smile. We walk around just happy and smiling, and there is nothing to smile about. Or another example, just because you mentioned the political campaign you have worked on, I want you to watch the last victory speech Chris Christie gave after he has been elected the second time as the governor of New Jersey. I found it was one of his best speeches ever. He did everything right, everything in his appearance, his words, his behavior. Very powerful speech. In the background, though, there was his wife. And she was smiling all the time. Even when he was talking about very serious topics, she was giggling when there was nothing to giggle. She turned around, she smiled to people. So it didn't align with his message. Yeah. The next day, very interesting observation. In all the newspapers, in all the media, they very much, wrote very great things about him and his speech, and that he became the governor for the second time. The pictures they chose, though, each of those pictures showed her in a very inappropriate situation. They could have chosen many different ones, but it's a message. And maybe at that point it was not so much the question, will he run for president? Was it more the question, will she be ready to be the first lady?
Wow. Well, they certainly, I guess, could hire you. They should hire you. What about tips on maintaining good eye contact? Yeah.
The most important tip I always share is listen. Your eye contact does not have a lot to do with your eyes, actually. It has something to do with your ears. Because when do we lose eye contact?
When we're not concentrating.
Exactly, when we don't listen anymore. So focus on your listen skills first. Listening is one of the most important communication skills, and the eye contact will come naturally.
That's amazing. Well, I can't thank you enough for joining me here on this edition of Mind Your Business. Sylvie, any final thoughts for the listeners of 77 WABC?
Avoid distraction at any price. You want to be known for your skills, for your excellence, for your knowledge, for the added value you bring to the table. You don't want to be known for your appearance, your behavior, your communication, or something you did online.
77 WABC Radio presents Mind Your Business, hosted by founder and president of Bottom Line Marketing Group, Yitzchok Saftlas. Mind Your Business focuses on business and marketing strategies for success.